All right, Monday, January 27th, Pick Central, brought to you by Game Time. Playoffs are here, and there's no better time to get out some games with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature. They're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. NFL playoffs are in full swing. I've got some great matchups for fans to go see live in person. Now we got the Super Bowl. I was looking at actually Knicks tickets tonight, $73 to get into the price. Amazing Game Time Picks deal. For great seats, only $73. Just pull up your chosen event and turn on the GT Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you for your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those Knicks tickets for tonight now with Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PICKS, P-I-C-K-S, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code P-I-C-K-S for $20 off. Download your Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. All right, what do you guys want to start with today? Because there's a lot of different directions to go. It's a lot. There's a lot.
This guy's...
There's one direction to start with.
Yeah.
There's one.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, there's a million different things to unpack.
In one game.
In one game. Yeah, exactly. No.
Well, there was two games, but there's one game.
There's really only one game.
Think the other game.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
It didn't.
We're not going to spend much time on that game.
Well, the last 5 minutes, because it was off.
There was stuff that happened in that game. I mean...
Yeah, but
fumbles.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles look good, obviously, but the story is Bills
I
Chiefs.
want to talk about refs. The refs were all on the Eagles' side. If anyone wants to say rigged, there was a lot of bullshit calls the Eagles got as well. I didn't mean that's not why they won. I'm just saying I hate this ref. I hate the ref shit so much with the Chiefs. I do understand some things are like but you go through all those penalties that they've gotten. He got hit in the head a lot. I don't get why people are so like. I know it's a funny thing to do on Twitter, but. We don't need to start there either. Where would you like to start in the game?
The 4th and 1 spot. Speaking of the refs.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys really think it was a first down? I don't know.
I didn't, actually.
I actually don't know. It was really close.
I was biased. I'm on the Chiefs side in this, so I was like hoping it wasn't. But
what happens when refs, right? When you turn your back, you don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
He turned his back.
I think people got really upset because the ref that was facing Allen's back was kind of the one who made the spot, like he brought it in more. When the ball was on the facing the ref side, he was more like on the first down side. Live, I think it was just kind of whatever the call was in the field, it was going to stay. I think no matter who had the ball,
if it was egregious, it would have been changed though because they did use video review. So like. I don't know
it wasn't conclusive because of the way he was positioned.
Exactly.
And the ball was in his backhand.
Well, let's be honest.
Back arm. It was in his right arm.
Also
when he was going left for the first down.
Like Josh Allen, like if you ever look at how you look at a push by. First of all, I want this play banned. I fucking hate this fucking play. I don't care if it works. Good, ban it because it sucks. But when you see Jalen Hurts do it. Have you ever seen his back? He just lets his people literally take him and push him.
There's literally a guy. I don't know if it's Dallas Goedert or not, but someone's in back of him pushing him.
Yeah, Goddard does a lot.
Goddard makes it so you can't.
AJ Brown, Saquon.
Josh Allen does the tush push, but he almost does it as a QB sneak where he kind of sees where the opening is and tries to push himself.
He did that 1 and 2 point, trying to flick it back.
I thought that hurt when he stepped to the side. Yeah.
If
you listen to what Romo said, he was like, the Chiefs know he's going in a certain.
He always goes left. He always goes left every time.
The defense is right then. So
what I'm saying is he fucked that up by going left, and then he tried to make a move instead of just going forward. When you turn your back, if you ask any ref, that ball is so much further back than if he's forward and goes a little bit of this, that's a first down. And people were saying that the third down could have been a first down as well, but they didn't look at that.
That's on McDermott not reviewing it.
That's on McDermott because that's like a lot of times.
A lot of things are on McDermott after that game.
A lot, but I just think that 4th and 1. I don't think that was that egregious. Like, I think that you could be mad as a Bills fan that, like, the one ref had it as a first down, the other one didn't. And I don't know. I don't think it was that crazy.
I don't either.
I just knew the call was going to stay, and obviously the Chiefs have put themselves in the spot where there's so many of these calls they've been a part of. So I think the ref thing's almost swung so far the other way. I agree. It's gotten annoying. Because to me, it's like we can get in the Josh Allen thing. Like, again, they had the ball 3 minutes, 3 timeouts. They didn't score.
Right.
They didn't get across midfield.
Yes.
Like
the ref said nothing to do with the Chiefs winning yesterday.
I don't think. And then
I agree with you,
the
That was so annoying. And even like Adam Schefter, that was some bullshit he was doing.
The Worthy catch was like controversial, which even again, I don't think it was. I thought he caught it, and regardless, there was holding on the defense, like blatant holding on the defense.
Doesn't matter. First
so
down.
maybe they wouldn't have gotten to the 5-yard line, but they would have got a first down,
Right.
and they would have been inside the 15. So I mean,
But did you think the ground helped him make that?
No,
catch?
I don't think so.
People don't realize that's the fucking rule. If the ball helps you hold, he had the ball didn't move at all when it hit the ground, and it barely hit the ground. His hand is on it. That's the fucking rule. I just hate, like, literally, the Schefter propaganda was crazy, and I love Adam Schefter. That shit was wild, where he was like, the refs. Also, the league went back and looked at the plays, and they all said all the plays that he got the personal fouls against was personal fouls.
it's also too.
That's what happens.
Once I saw too this week coming in how the public was so heavy on Buffalo, it's just clear like it's now documented. We just reached Chiefs fatigue. That's all it is.
This was
That's all it is.
This game was the tipping point.
Yes,
This was
yes.
the first time when I saw people, Rico, just throwing pens everywhere.
I went like this, and it went
Fury. This is the first time where I saw the public really hate. People hate the Chiefs now.
They do.
But
I
also
don't.
think
I
it's
don't personally at
becoming
all.
So much hate.
People hate them.
Guys made. I mean, the
Everyone
guys
in
made
this room-
5 Super Bowls in 6 years. It's unbelievable.
Everyone in this room, including besides Dukes, should want the Chiefs to win.
Correct.
Us three
Sure.
for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Me too.
You was
I
like,
like Jalen Hurts.
What do you mean? I think me more than you three.
why?
Nobody hates the Patriots more than me. Nobody.
I'm sure there's
that?
someone that
No. We're saying
If the
Dukes.
Chiefs
Tom Brady.
No, we're saying
Chiefs win.
Dukes wants to.
but more I'm saying
it
us
helps
three-
push that to
us
the
four
side.
as Giants fans. If you want
I,
the Eagles,
I,
you don't want the
really,
idiot.
I really don't think it'll get pushed to the side yet.
I
He'll
mean,
be on pace.
If he has
but,
a
like,
three-peat, that's something the Patriots have never done. If he has more rings than Brady, that's something that I can be like, all right, good. Someone has more rings than
For
Brady.
sure. I mean, again,
or
I'm
Reed
not.
has,
this
especially
isn't-
Reed versus Belichick
I'm
for
not.
me is huge.
I'm not. Yeah, I think that Reed could be up there as a better coach.
This
than
is
Belichick.
Mahomes'
seventh year. I don't think we should be talking about the Patriots on a day
Mahomes'
like
7th
that.
year.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't.
got. We have enough. We have another 8 years of Mahomes, like at peak.
I think so too.
What did Brady have? How many rings did Brady have in his first 7
Brady's
years?
the whole thing with Brady's argument is he brought like
So he's
two
gotta get
completely
this one.
different rosters to dynasties.
Correct.
Like that.
yes.
That is very impressive. Then he brought 2 franchises to the Super Bowl, so like that's another thing.
But look at,
and
like-
the 2-0 straight up in the
He brought
playoffs.
3 different
I did see
rosters to
one
the
thing
Super
that's
Bowl.
crazy. Mahomes' first regular season lost Brady, first postseason lost Brady, first Super Bowl lost Brady.
The Chiefs also.
It is
like,
crazy. Like no matter what, like even with his Super Bowls right now, his one loss is to Brady.
But it's also crazy that the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill and just keep winning Super Bowls as well. Like you want to talk about, like, he's had Travis Kelce the whole time, but like
The rest of it is
the
very
rest of
much
it is
mishmash, yeah.
very mishmash. It's not like they've had their number one receiver that like for his 8 years. Like he's changed so much.
Well, I sent it in the text last night too.
That's- that core hasn't changed
It's
that much.
hilarious that
do you mean?
Samaje Perine gets the biggest play of the game. Like,
wide
Juju
receiver core
Smith-Schuster's
is
getting
fucking
chunk plays.
wide
pissed
receiver
off.
core is
The wide receivers course is done. Now you can say Chris
Juju's
Jones.
a consistent. Chris Jones is a consistent.
Juju's not consistent. He was on the Patriots like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Ago.
Last
That's
year.
not-
Last year. That's not
No, but
consistent.
that's a guy that was on the Super Bowl roster 2 years ago. He was on the
He's
Super
part of the
Bowl
mishmash.
Dude, his
Okay.
wide receiver has been a mishmash 1,000%.
Also, I think from
I don't
Hill,
really agree.
Like, who's been his best wide receiver?
Am I crazy?
Travis Kelce.
No, but he's a tight end. I meant true wide receiver.
Last year was the biggest
than
like,
Hill.
like
And-
last
or
year who we
with
won with
Hill.
that
Like,
receiver,
who
who we won with receiver with
No
was
one.
like holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's a mishmash where it's no one.
Crazy.
You have literally his wide. Rasheed Rice was last year. He is not this
I
year.
mean, when Brady had his best receiving course, he won nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he had Randy Moss and Welker, he won nothing. Nothing. He had
That
2
shows
like,
why,
all-world receivers.
and that's why it shows he's incredible. And that's also why it shows Mahomes is going to be the only. I thought no quarterback was going to come close to Tom Brady. This is already close,
Pretty quick, yeah.
and it's quick.
I mean, it's the best start to a career in the history of probably like sports.
Yes, if he wins this,
If they win this one, four
think 1,000%.
Super Bowls in your first 7 years.
7 years. He's
never-
5-2.
Bill Russell has 11 rings.
Oh, but come on, man.
You said history of sports.
yeah, but this.
But
is
let's put a
also
little
like-
context in. He was
put
playing
both.
against Plumbers with 8 teams in the league. There was 8 teams in the NBA when he was doing
teams
this.
is a
I think there weren't
crazy.
8 teams.
I
There were
looked
more
it
than
up.
that. There were more than that. I mean, they had NBA finals, so there wasn't 4 and 4.
Was it 12?
There were 8 teams in the
More
league.
than that. And
I've
also,
looked this
okay,
up.
how about Yogi Berra?
When did Bill Simmons
How about
win a ring? Or
Mickey
when did
Mantle?
Bill Russell win a ring?
If we're gonna say the word ever, then ever is a long word.
Don't ever say it.
They're not better than what Mahomes has done his first 6 years in the league. He also has way more. Mahomes,
DiMaggio had a pretty good start.
he won this much, and Mahomes has way more control. of the
DiMaggio won
game.
4 in a row.
DiMaggio has way less control of the game than Mahomes. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Like Mahomes dictates so much more of the game than any baseball player really could ever. Maybe starting pitcher, and even that I think is like debatable.
I mean, Yogi Berra won 5 in a row. I'm just saying.
His first 5 years in the league?
No, his first 5.
In 1969, there were 14 teams in the NBA.
Yeah, not 8.
When was he winning championships? Before that, though.
Yeah, he was. So go back to like. 50,
I know
his
for
first one was 58.
I know for a fact his first few there was 8 because I remember looking this up in like a Jordan and like LeBron debate.
Do you think Patrick Mahomes knows he's in Joe DiMaggio conversations?
That's where we are with him though. That's how great he is. Where I was texting Marty about it last night. I'm like, I think we're gonna see a point where Mahomes passes Brady, and then he's starting to chase Berra and Russell.
There were 8 in 1959.
Also, the thing with Mahomes also does what Brady, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not comparing them because I want to talk about the game, but like he also rushes a ton. Like his legs it's a different quarterback, obviously, but he runs very well for a guy that you wouldn't think runs.
See that crazy stat? In the regular season, he didn't have one single rushing attempt against the Bills in that game, and then this one he had whatever.
Yeah, this is also the first time since 2023 they've scored 30 points.
I think the Chiefs knew what they were doing.
I do hate
I know that sounds weird, but I think they were like, Mahomes, don't run yet. Don't show him the whole thing.
Of course.
They actually
Keep him safe too.
there was a
show him the whole
stat.
thing.
There was a stat that once he dislocated his knee, remember that?
Yeah.
I don't remember when that was. They've only called 3 actual runs for him since. They were all first downs and a touchdown. Like there are only 3 since then. So they know what they're doing, and he knows when to get out of the pocket. And I think also the play calling for the Bills yesterday was fucking insane. I think they were almost treating Josh Allen like a rookie at one point.
Yeah, we were saying that. There was some questionable, especially down around the goal line. A lot of
I
questionable
thought it was.
calls.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was in critical moments. Atrocious though.
Where was James Cook towards the end of the game?
The first down play call on the last drive was
Right.
bad.
Like, I thought
that was the most egregious play call of the whole of
Second
the
and
game,
third
probably.
quarter, I thought it was actually called very well.
James Cook literally is like, I really think he's like the most underrated running back.
He probably is. He's
And
one of the best.
He's
backs.
really good.
He was unbelievable this year, and in key moments, I didn't see him get the ball at all. And I know you have Josh Allen, but like not even at one point he wasn't on the field for a while. I don't know if he was hurt or he just wasn't on the field for like Ty Johnson was getting some key carries.
Ty Johnson had 6 carries. Cook had 13.
which is
That doesn't seem like a good percentage.
no,
right?
not at all. That's like if Gainwell starts getting
And then Ray Davis had 2.
why?
Yeah, like-
it's like why did Ray Davis get a?
By the way, one of those 2 he fumbled it. They got it back, but.
I don't know. It was awesome. It lived up to the hype. I can tell you
I have a
that.
question for you, Marty, because we've all talked about how the Bills' wide receiving core is not what maybe going into this year they lost Gabe Davis, they lost help me out. Who else they lose?
Diggs.
Diggs, excuse me, Stephon Diggs. I feel like the lack of wide receivers yesterday hurt them.
Yeah, I think it's Shakir was like pretty much held in check, and that's their number 1 right now. He had like 6 for like 45
46.
or something.
Yeah.
And then you had honestly Mac Hollins had some great catches.
Did
That's what
I think they need. I think they need to go get a number 1 receiver though. I don't think you can survive without having a Diggs.
I don't know what happened with
though.
they
Obviously
did in like
could,
Amari
though.
Cooper. Like I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah.
he just didn't.
Why don't they throw him the ball?
He honestly, I don't. He just didn't look great either.
Yeah, I
like, even
don't
the catches he
know.
had, he
I
didn't.
mean,
look great.
he was great with Deshaun Watson with like
I
bad
know.
Deshaun Watson.
But the thing is,
How could he not be good with?
I know.
Josh
I don't
Allen?
get
I
why.
know.
Like I understand your argument. I don't think you're right though, because they could have won that game. Like they could have. They were in that game. It wasn't like their wide receivers were. I think he had 9 different receivers catch a ball yesterday. I think in the whole game, I think out of all of them, there was 17 different receptions, which is crazy. But they're in that game. I don't think like you watch that game. I'm not like the Bills. The Bills have no chance. Like
No.
I'm like I don't think they need it. Like obviously, yes, a number 1 receiver would be very helpful. Like it would. Even if you look at the Chiefs, Hollywood Brown played really well yesterday. I think they got him more involved.
Juju.
Juju was great. Worthy is
Stud.
Worthy is a stud, even and the Bills did give them him.
Yeah, I had a big take on that. I wrote a blog on that. Like, obviously, the Mahomes trade, the Bills traded out of the spot so the Chiefs could get Mahomes.
Yeah.
No one thought Mahomes was going to be a generational talent at that point. There's a ton of old take exposed. I put 3 guys who gave the draft grade. They were C, C plus, C, and C minus.
And if you think,
like Mahomes,
thought that, you're lying.
Right. So you excuse that. Like, hey, you win some, you lose some. That's kind of how it goes. So the Bills are like,
Tyrod Taylor wasn't bad at that time.
right. So the Bills are like, fuck. Like, all right, we lost out on that. The unforgivable thing I have is then years later it was last year's draft, right? Last year's draft. They make a trade with, of all people, the Chiefs, and give them Worthy. Now, do we think Worthy's going to be like a Hall of Famer? No. But in your head, you already got burnt by the Chiefs. The Chiefs are your rival.
all said at the time.
Don't make
We
the
all said
fucking
this.
trade.
We all
No,
said
absolutely, Ev.
Nah, you can't look at it like
We
that.
said it in real time.
Fucking
You
do not.
Can't look at it like
can't
that.
deal with your.
Yes, you can.
Your rival.
You already
You
got
can't
burnt. It's
help
your
them.
rival. There's a potential
they
to have
looked
egg
at-
on your face.
They looked like Keon Coleman was better than Xavier Worthy in their minds, so they were going with Keon Coleman. And I think that's just. I think if Keon Coleman was on the Chiefs, we'd be talking about like how they.
So then
draft
that's
him.
fine. So then stay there
but I
and
think
draft
that's just-
Keon
I think
Coleman.
that's
Stay there and draft Keon Coleman.
Andy Reid
Then why-
Mahomes make him look so much better.
But see, on stay there and draft Keon Coleman makes no sense. Then you just taking the same player and not getting the assets like as well. To me, I don't think you
Trade with anybody else though, not the Chiefs.
Yeah, but this now that's to me. I think that's like chicken shit like mentality.
Oh, I don't know, man.
You're not. You're
make that trade
you're
with the
so afraid of the Chiefs you won't trade with them. That's
Yes, Red Sox Yankees don't trade.
That's
trade
way,
very rarely. Very
way-
rarely.
I would say they have, and that's
They
way
have,
different.
and it's very rarely.
If
Very
you're the
rarely.
Bills
They're like
GM,
real rivals.
If you're the Bills GM right now,
Interdivision,
would you ever make a trade with the Chiefs again?
But they got
Yeah.
good assets.
That's crazy.
Oh, like, they-
That's fucking
Yeah, I would.
crazy.
Trade.
I
What-
wouldn't.
What'd they
Can't help
get?
them.
I wouldn't do it.
They probably got good assets back. That's probably all.
They got the receiver and
probably
and
someone
picks.
that Bills got that you're not even.
They got the guy they wanted, and they got other picks in return. I just think you cannot live your life being like, I'll never make a trade with that team because
Also,
like
Xavier
they're going to
Worthy-
get the better of me.
Xavier Worthy might not be like this on the Bills. Like
He won it.
Xavier Worthy,
He
they
won it.
use him perfectly.
He won it. He
They
won
use
it
him
against on the Bills.
so perfectly. If Keon Coleman was on the Chiefs, I think they'd be using him perfectly.
It was a first, a fourth, and a seventh for a first, a third, and a better seventh. So they got a third instead of a fourth and a little better seventh.
Who'd they get in the third round?
Third round they got Dwayne Carter, and the alternative was Jaden Hicks.
Dwayne Carter's, I believe, a D lineman from Duke, if I remember correctly.
And then they moved
I just
up in
think
the 7th round. Who they get at 221.
It's just the general premise, being like I'm so like afraid of the Chiefs. I won't trade with them.
I would be. They fucking don't lose.
That is pussy shit. That's legit pussy shit. Oh no, the Chiefs are calling. I think my team can get better with this trade, but I won't do it because I think the Chiefs are smarter than me and might get the better of me.
They got Travis Clayton, by the way, was a 7th round pick.
We'll never.
You just can't like. I
Also,
do think it's the craziest
the
thing.
Chiefs.
you can't you can't live
Your
like
thing.
that.
I
You
get what
with
you
me?
No, I'm not.
I'm with you,
You
Rico.
wouldn't make the trade. I mean, you would make the trades.
And also
If you
the
think it's
Mahomes
gonna
thing.
help you.
I'm not helping I'm not helping them.
Going back to the Mahomes.
Also,
thing.
if the
I think
Chiefs
the
are
Chiefs
calling,
still get 'em.
the Chiefs value
They literally
talent.
got Josh Allen after the Mahomes thing, so I think they got burnt by the Chiefs. Like they went 2 years, 2 years later, drafted Josh Allen, the third quarterback off the board.
I'm not going to give them. They
Where
obviously
Baker
have,
Mayfield
Chiefs
and
obviously
Darnold.
try to
Calling me 'cause they
evaluate
wanna make a
talent.
trade.
They want to move up to a guy. Maybe your ears should
Right.
perk up and be like,
Oh,
are they
fuck.
trying to move up?
right.
But they.
They're smarter than me. I shouldn't trade with them. Like that's the way you approach.
I know. I'm like, they want my help. I'm not going to give it to
the
them.
Chiefs still get Xavier Worthy without the trade.
Yeah, that
Maybe they
too.
do, but they're not going to
That's
get it from
still-
me.
I just don't like.
Yeah, that mentality.
I'm not
Right.
trading with them.
If
That's
you got,
loser
if you get a
mentality.
call, right? You get a call, and you're at whatever it was, 28. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
it's
was.
close.
28.
28? That's crazy. That was a good guess.
28.
28, right? You get a call, and you're like, okay, guys, you're talking to your GMs, you're talking to all your scouts. We don't want Xavier Worthy here. It's not like Xavier Worthy might not have been on their board yet at that point. And they're like, okay, we don't really want, we're not dying to get someone right here. We get extra, better draft here, better grades. Why not? That's what they're looking at. They're not being like it's the Chiefs. It's like we don't even want anyone right here. They're not like
They
dying.
moved back. Basically, they moved back 4 spots and got
Four
a little. And got a
spots?
third instead of a fourth.
Yeah,
Who
went
they get
up-
4 spots after that?
They went up
They
twice.
got Xavier Leggett. Xavier Leggett.
No.
that was who the
the
Panthers got.
Panthers.
They took Keon Coleman.
Oh, sorry.
Took Keon Coleman.
Because I'm sorry, that pick was then traded.
They knew
They traded
that
back again. They traded back, I think,
So
again.
they were
or
going to
up
either
or
get
whatever.
Coleman there, or where they got in better assets. So that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs.
I wouldn't make that fucking trade.
You're just trying to make your team better on draft day.
So they traded that pick, for a 6th, a 2nd, and a 5th. So they basically traded out of the first round entirely.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of assets from it. For someone that they weren't dying
Keon Coleman, like you guys said, in the 2nd round. It was a very early 2nd round pick.
Yeah. Like,
I
I
don't
think the
think-
first one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think Xavier Worthy makes them that much better.
They were winning before Worthy came.
Chiefs make them just added a good piece. Yes, they did. But, they use him perfectly because he fits into their team perfectly. I don't think Xavier Worthy is the number 1 receiver.
Xavier Worthy is who they thought Sky Moore was going to be.
Yes.
They took Sky Moore in the 2nd round.
bad name.
And yet, 2nd round pick, they whiffed big time. But it's all good. Then you go back, they said, this is your guy, and they made it work. They've obviously done a great job with just their team building. I mean, they've drafted incredibly well from the offensive line. Look what they've done with the defense.
Yeah.
Like the way they
for years it was like the Chiefs.
I mean, this year thing, they had Snead, who was like all Pro Bowl corner, lose him, no problem. Like they got McDuffie, who they drafted first round, great pick. The guy from Purdue, the Greek guy, the Carly Finitis, however you say his name, unreal, edge rusher. They've just done whenever they for the most part, they hit all their high draft picks.
I will say Coleman only had 80 yards less than Worthy all year, so they
they've
had
been
pretty
the
similar.
same.
But I still
It just hurts when Worthy burnt you yesterday. It's
right.
more so. Yeah.
I agree with Rico though. I'm not helping out my rival. I'm just not. I'm not taking that call.
I just think saying no to them, to me, it's like cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Maybe it is, but I'm also
You're
cutting
not-
off their nose too, though.
But I don't think you really are because
I still think without Xavier Worthy, they're completely they're the
I
same.
agree. I think they're in the same spot, and they probably find a way to get Worthy regardless.
They would have
They
gotten
probably would
either.
have just traded for Tyreek Hill.
They could have got Keon Coleman after and done something too. There was wide receivers in that.
I think
realm.
if let's say it hadn't happened, I think the Bills draft Coleman at 28, and then maybe you see the Chiefs make a trade with the Panthers or something, or maybe they keep that 32nd pick and then they draft Worthy there.
that's where it's it's still probably
Yeah.
going to
That's
get.
probably what would have happened.
They
Actually,
probably still would have got him. I agree, but yeah, I don't know. It just was.
Because to me, the Mahomes thing doesn't really matter. That was their
there was.
I don't. The moment doesn't matter to me.
That is-
I'm with
that
you on
just-
that.
it happened. Whatever they drafted Josh Allen in the 7th pick 2 years later. That was
That's
a
why
steal.
draft is always fun to go back because it's oh look at these idiots. It's
Yes.
like Steph Curry and stuff all that thing.
yeah,
where it's
Tom Brady or
you didn't
whatever,
Get these
yeah.
guys. It's so stupid. But the
Yeah, no
funniest
one.
thing
Where
is,
are you with the pitchforks while it's happening?
Actually,
No one
crazy.
says
They
that. I agree with that.
both were
I
the.
even wrote that in the blog too. I'm
yeah,
like,
it's
no
just
one
funny
was,
to go back. But the crazy thing is, what shows you right now, it doesn't fucking matter who is on the Chiefs. They make them. Kareem Hunt was on the fucking couch. This guy is unbelievable. Pacheco barely plays.
Took Pacheco's job straight
Pacheco
up.
plays fucking 4.
Well, that's why I was
took his
laughing at
job.
too. P. Ryan gets the biggest play.
P. Ryan is the third guy. And that's the thing, too, where everyone's also oh, the refs, this. Name a team that also is just not running the ball on that 3rd down, right? 3rd and 9, and just letting the clock go down and try and kick a field goal to go up 6 so they have to score. Most teams are not throwing that ball.
Also, they literally ran essentially the same play, the other way.
Yes.
2 plays before, didn't stop it.
You can plug in anyone in this offense. There's a reason why Andy Reid is unbelievable. Spagnuolo, they're literally saying that please don't take our defensive coordinator because he is unbelievable at what he's doing, and don't take him as a head coach because we're going to keep winning. They literally said that last night. They just couldn't win in any situation. When it comes down to it, Josh Allen didn't do much wrong yesterday. He really didn't.
He didn't. There's
Had
not much blame
some
on.
things he could have got picked off. That first drive was really bad.
First drive was shaky.
But then he came back. It was 29-22. And what did Mahomes also do as well? 2-point conversions when he needs them.
Yep,
Gets
man.
them.
What do you think about? I tweeted it, and people are like, "You're an idiot." What do you think about the Bills chasing points in the 2nd quarter?
I don't know.
That's
that. I
analytics.
really don't
Bosco,
like that.
analytics play.
But it's a 1 yard or 2 yard. It went to the 1 yard.
Yeah, they weren't chasing points.
I didn't hate that.
They weren't. It was
They kicked the field goal
even
before.
I knew this was going to come up for Bosco. It was the penalty. They
get
kicked
it to the
extra
1,
point.
I get that.
They weren't chasing points.
Yeah, they
got
kicked
the
the ball.
opportunity to move to the 1. And again, Josh Allen, bad QB sneaker for how big he is. Why does he stand straight up every time?
I don't know.
The thing with Hurts gets low.
Yes, he does.
That's what we're saying. He goes left
he
every
stand-
time.
he
And
stands-
it's so stupid.
Allen stands straight up.
Kincaid should be in the back pushing him.
Mm-hmm.
They need a stronger guy in there. Kincaid's a more finesse guy.
And what everyone's tweeting me about because I said Lamar should have better throw. That throw that he had,
Glad that finally came up.
No, yeah, but I think that's not a throw. He threw on his back foot. Like, yeah,
With
Kincaid,
pressure, they
Kincaid
showed a
should have
blitz.
caught it, but that's a hard. It's a hard fucking.
I think
catch.
it's more for me, and I'll just say as like a Lamar guy, it was crazy. Like I obviously defended Lamar last week. Everyone's like, oh, like blah blah blah. How could you do this? And then this week, it's the same people that were saying it to me are now like just making every excuse in the book why Josh Allen
Allen
do this and didn't do
have
that.
any turnovers.
They got turned over on downs. He also fumbled 3 times that they were very lucky to get back on him.
But Lamar threw a pick and fumbled at very bad times. I think that's fair to criticize him.
I wouldn't say the first one ended up being like a punt. Basically, the first one was
The other one was a touchdown.
They got a touchdown.
I'm saying that's
but I'm saying also Lamar Jackson was down 8, got the ball, drove right down the field, scored, made a perfect pass. They dropped it.
Not perfect. Wasn't perfect.
Okay. I mean, it hit him.
Josh Allen also should have had 2 picks.
Josh Allen threw some horrible throws all game.
I had an issue with you when you tweet.
No, that's because
you tweeted like, "Oh, Allen's a clear number 2."
You're bashing. You're bashing. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
It's not clear, man.
Lamar's 3. It's so really
I think the 4 of them are all.
One got the ball delivered when it mattered. The other one, he couldn't
One
get
guy is
it.
here. The other 3 are there.
It's a fascinating argument because Burrow.
I would say, and Burrow, who Meek says is like not even in the same stratosphere, only one of them can beat that team.
There's one.
Burrow's the one.
There's one of one. There's one of one.
Yeah, what
And
Mahomes
he's not
is
in anyone's conversation.
I tweeted out and I truly mean this. Like, I don't care that Josh Allen anymore. Like there's no playoff pedigree with Josh Allen. Like, he beat him in the divisional round, like Lamar Jackson. That's fine.
Correct.
At least Lamar is like the fucking like best quarterback in the regular season ever.
He's incredible.
At least Lamar
He
has
really
that
is-
going
he
for him.
really
It's
is
not like
incredible.
It's not like
Can't
Josh
beat
Allen is
Josh
like.
Allen also in the
it's not like-
playoffs.
but I don't think it matters if Josh Allen's
How's
not
it
doing
that
because
you can't say it doesn't
Yeah,
matter?
getting to the Super Bowl, it's like-
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
That's what
do
I'm saying.
Yes,
But, like, look how
It
evenly
still
matched
matters
all.
if you haven't beat him.
I don't think.
Look how evenly matched all 3 of these teams are. Like clearly.
Of course, and we're arguing the best players ever right now. It's stupid where it's like, okay, you could think he's 2 and I think he's 3. It doesn't fucking matter.
There's no. I think the thing is, there's no debate at 1.
No. You have to be an idiot if you're even
debate at
thinking
one.
that.
The 9th best quarterback is still the best quarterback. Some people won't get it, but few will.
And this is I would
Like,
say
he has not been statistically in the
No.
last 2 years.
but he is in the playoffs.
Every time he needs to hit that gear, he just does it.
They're
I know,
inevitable.
and it's the biggest compliment I can
Yeah,
give
I mean,
someone.
it doesn't like he's like I said, he's intentionally not rushing during the regular season to save himself for the like. It's all a plan, and this is why I'm so on the Chiefs so on the Chiefs. I was on the Chiefs already going into this game. I mean, they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
This is a pure
The
pity
fact that
bet.
we can get a money line at minus 125 in the Chiefs is, this is crazy.
I learned my
I
lesson.
think they're going to get tested.
No, they always get tested. They literally get tested every game.
Pass every test.
We're gonna test it every time.
We're gonna have 2 weeks to talk about that game.
I'll be talking about it. Well, as long as I'll be out.
Harrison
for a bit,
Butker
but
is going to play a role in that game.
Yeah, he will, and he'll deliver like he literally always does.
Best
And Jake Elliott will probably fail like he has from
always
time to time.
does. Yep.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. The last
fumble it again.
the Eagles and Hurts played so good in that fucking Super Bowl. He played out of his mind in the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl is I learned my lesson. Stop fighting the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you guys last week.
I've been on him since then.
Me and you, well,
I've been on him since then. Like last year, I was on him.
I know. I know, but even the futures, you guys stop doing that. Even because the Bills. Well, until the Chiefs give you a reason not to, you have to.
No,
they just find a way.
The future is still
You're
like
gonna keep torturing yourself.
Phil got out, made
Yes.
some money.
Yeah, that's sad confession. I cashed out for $375 before
It's also
kickoff.
not sad. You won. I did.
No, that's a win. No, okay.
You can call it a win, but there's a part of me.
If
It's
you
like,
take a future like that again, you got to be ready to cash out because the Chiefs are they are a steamroller.
I get it, but you can't say I'm one play away from we're talking about my future today.
No, but one play might as well be 10,000 plays. The Chiefs weren't going to lose that game.
was there ever?
That's not fair.
I believe that.
That's a stupid.
I gotta believe it,
never
too.
never going to win that game is
No,
stupid.
I don't know,
They
man.
were-
I just.
What do you mean an inch away? We're an inch away.
Plumber,
The
you
Chiefs just
texted
were-
us before that drive saying I'm officially
I'm
starting
officially
to get
getting-
worried.
Yeah, it was
worried.
an inch away. Literally an inch away. Also, if the Bills could have stopped them, and they didn't. But like, you can't say that we're never going to win.
I just think the Bills are so good, and that's a compliment to the Bills. Like, they're so good, and the Chiefs still always find a way. Like at some point, it's undeniable.
Yeah, 100%. But it's just like I don't know.
So there's two stats that I saw. The first one I thought is crazy. I think the second one is even crazier. Mahomes went down 1 to 8 points in the fourth quarter OT of NFL playoff games per Josh Dubow AP. 40 of 56 for 552 passing yards, 5 passing TDs, 0 INTs, 132.2 pass rating, 1 rush TD. Chiefs have scored on 13 of the 14 drives. This is the one that I was like, holy shit. It's Trey Wingo's the TikTok. I put this blog in too. I don't know if they've run it yet. Since 2001, there's been 125 drives in the fourth quarter under 1 minute and the offense trailing by 7 points or fewer in the NFL postseason. Of the 125 drives, only 40% were successful. Brady was 5 of 11, 46%. Breeze is 3 of 6, 50%. What is Mahomes?
This was
Under man, this is
it was
it's
a
not
Super Bowl
2 minutes.
stat.
This is under a minute.
It was a Super Bowl stat last year. He's like 10 of 10 or 11
7 of 7.
something like that.
Oh my
7 of 7.
Yeah, he
Now,
literally
under
never
a minute
misses.
is not a lot of time.
No.
Like, that's what stood out to me. And down 3 or 7, and I don't know how many of those 7, how many he went and won, meaning he was down 3 and got the touchdown. You know, obviously, if he's down 7, he forces overtime. But, like, it's just like, shit, he had 13 seconds in one of those drives.
Yeah.
He had 13 seconds, and it wasn't
13
enough time.
seconds,
Like,
and I
what
think
do
he
you,
had one
what do you
timeout.
do to this guy?
I
Under a minute is not a lot of
Think about
time.
even yesterday, right?
And in a lot of those situations, maybe he doesn't have the timeouts because they were, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how many timeouts he has, but under a minute is not a lot of time.
No.
7 of fucking 7. What do you do?
That's what you do, right? So you look at yesterday. I'm just making sure I don't fuck this up. You look at the box score or whatever. The Chiefs had 135 yards rushing between 4 people. That's also like Mahomes and ever. So like you kind of stop the run. 64 yards is a pretty stop in the run. He had 43. And then everyone else, it's just like he can hit anybody. Travis Kelce, let's take him out of the game.
He did nothing
Catches for
yesterday.
18 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Or 19 yards.
Non-factor.
Nothing.
Honestly, DeMar Hamlin had him in hell. Seriously. If you
I think they just kind of took him away.
Yeah.
they took him away.
It's like Hollywood Brown was open a bunch. Juju was open for some
And
big
that's what I'm
plays.
saying. They take away. Okay, you
Worthy.
take away the
Worthy,
best.
obviously big plays.
You take away the best, their best
Option,
receiver.
yeah.
Then you have all these other guys, and it's not like they're even throwing it downfield.
No.
Not a lot, no.
Hopkins had
Not a
2
lot.
targets, 1 reception, 11 yards.
What was the
Like, I mean,
longest? The longest one was 31 yards, and that was the Juju, but that was a slant.
the second longest was Worthy, 26.
Yeah, and that was also, I think, a screen. Like, I think a lot of them are just slants. I don't think they threw the ball over 15
Yeah, I mean,
yards yesterday.
Juju's 2 were like chunk plays.
Marines was 17, yeah, 11, 11, 15, 10. Yeah.
Yeah, and P. Ryan was 17. It was that one catch at the end of the game.
Also,
that was 5 yards.
Mahomes can throw downfield.
No, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah, it's like,
Actually, one of his throws to Hollywood Brown was a really good throw, but it just
It mitigates risk if you don't have to do that.
yeah.
and Mahomes, when he does run, he's lethal.
Yes.
Like a few of those times, like pick up like 3rd and 10, like second bang, pick up 12, first down, scramble, pick up.
He knows
first
exactly
down.
where to go. He knows exactly how far he needs to go. He knows exactly how to, once again, mitigate risk. He knows exactly when to go out, in the sidelines. I mean, he's just at this point, I'm just like, he's a superhero. And it's just like, all right, well, until he tells me a reason not to, I'm just going to keep going with him.
No, you have to.
7 years in 7 years as a starter, he's lost 2 AFC Championship games as fucking in overtime.
He's never had a year.
He's been to 5 Super Bowls.
He's never had a year he was a starting quarterback. They didn't make the AFC title game.
That's crazy.
That's the
And
craziest
then he
thing
lost
I've
2
ever
of those
heard.
in overtime, and he lost the Super Bowl. He's won
Ridiculous.
3,
Ridiculous.
going for 4, a 3-peat, which has never been heard of. He's been in the Super
also
Bowl
lost
5 of the
Five of
last
his
6 years.
5 of
And
his
it
6
should
years
be-
as a
it
starter.
could've
5
been
of 7 years as a starter.
Yeah.
He also lost in overtime to the Bengals.
No, that's both AFC Championship
No.
games he lost in overtime.
So it's not even like he's like
He hasn't lost in regulation to an AFC championship.
Yeah.
game. That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a Super Bowl, which they got blown out in that Super Bowl, but that was
and
it.
that's going to tarnish him a little bit, but that was him.
like
No, it's
No, it
not.
won't.
the
a
only,
little
the-
bit,
the
a
only-
little bit.
the
Him,
only-
that was him coming in and Brady coming out.
The
Though they
only
were too.
thing, the only
where
thing
it
that
hurts, but-
it'll do is if they end up like close, like say he ends up with like 7 or whatever, 6, 7, they're gonna say, oh, like remember those early years, like who beat him? It was Brady at like when he was 40.
Yeah.
That'll be the narrative. Like that's why I think Mahomes to like unequivocally beat him has to go get like 8.
Yeah, but now Brady
He's
never,
got to go legit just beat him.
Brady
Get
never
more.
had to
agree.
experience
Just
it
get
because
more.
Brady came in and just won right away. But in sports, there is a little bit of a changing of the guard. Like Jordan had to experience that early on.
LeBron did too.
Nobody admitted Brady was the best until he won with the Bucks.
I don't think so.
No.
There is such
it was in that
revisionist.
second. No. So the first 3, you're right. It was Peyton and Brady, right? But then when he won his second 3, that's people like, oh,
Yeah,
People-
I think
people-
after the
I
Atlanta
don't
one,
think the
people were
argument
like,
between
The
him and
Atlanta
Peyton. I
one-
don't think it was
People
between
were
him and
still
Peyton.
saying
I think it was between
People
him and
always say,
Montana.
but I think rational.
Oh, yeah, it got
people-
that.
Aaron
Right.
Rodgers has the best arm talent we've ever seen.
Well, hold on.
Well, that's different.
But if that's the difference, Mahomes in his first 7 years, 10x better player than Brady was.
I'll
not
defend
even
it.
close.
As a
So much better.
Obviously I'm a Brady sexual, but I also just think I hate the whole look at the early 2000 stats compared to the stats now. I think
It's a different game.
And
It's
I'm not even,
Oh, but
I'm not
it's the
even
value
saying
to
that
their
Brady.
team.
I'm saying Mahomes is better than Brady. Stats or no stats. I fucking just hate that people use that as a talking point.
People always will.
And 2, I think that Brady's head-to-head will always be brought up. 3, I think something that's going to happen to Mahomes that Brady beat and it didn't really become a convo is if Reed retires, say they win this year, and
That's
Reed
a worry.
retires
That's a
and he
worry.
just doesn't win, there's going to be a narrative. That's
Of course.
If he wins even 5 with Reed and then never again, there's going to be a complete
Problem
narrative.
Yeah, Reed ain't going nowhere.
Because Reed,
I think,
as
I think
much-
Reed's
Reed
riding
chasing
this
the record.
horse. I think he's riding this horse so the horse don't want to run no
And
more.
Reed's also chasing history.
He will die on that field.
He should.
It's almost like
He's rumors
if I'm
last
Travis
year.
Kelce, because it's always why the fuck would he stop either? He doesn't even have to.
Yeah, as long as they'll have you.
He shouldn't even fucking play the first 10 games of the season. He
The
should
Chiefs
just stay
are-
off the field.
The Chiefs are smart. They figure out obviously Spags is looking at or people
I
were
think
looking
they
at
gotta
Spags
keep him no
jobs.
matter what.
Agreed. I think they should pay. Who's the offensive coordinator? Nagy.
Nagy is. But I mean,
I think they
Reed,
should win
but
that. When
Reed
Reed
calls
starts
the
getting up.
plays.
Yeah.
So he's like offensive coordinator, but it's
Fair enough.
Reed
All
calls
right,
the
yeah,
plays.
Fair enough. So, but again, all right. So if Reed starts
Spags
to
is the guy
fade,
you gotta keep.
if Reed starts to fade out, find an offensive coordinator who's unbelievable, and just let Reed be a figurehead.
We also-
pay the 2 coordinators like coaches, and just fucking keep winning. And Reed's the figurehead, and people be like, "Well, Reed's not doing much." Yeah, so what?
Do you
I'm
want to
still
know?
here. You know what I mean?
Do you want to know a more impressive thing than I think anything Andy Reid has done is guess what Steve Spagnuolo's record is in the playoffs?
Well,
As a coordinator or as a head coach?
Well, I mean, he
Not that coach. He didn't get there right.
he was bad with the
Right.
Rams.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is what I think
Also
is the
for-
most slept on part of the Chiefs dynasty. Steve Spagnuolo is 20-4 in the playoffs. That becomes
He was the Giants
That
guy,
comes
right?
to
He was the Giants for the
dethroning-
second one.
He won at Lambeau Field. He beat the Patriots when they were undefeated. He what were the other ones with the
Giants? You're saying, or
with the Giants?
he won the second one with the Giants. He was
Right,
the
but
defensive coordinator.
even just everything he's done with the Chiefs, the people that he's beaten throughout the way, it's fucking remarkable. I think that's one of the most incredible
time.
coordinator resumes of all time.
I mean, think about
20-4 in the playoffs.
because
What's Mahomes' playoff record? 17-3.
something like
Yeah,
2.
17-3.
3. He's got a
Three,
Super Bowl
that's
and
right,
2
three,
AFC championship
three.
games. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Some guy at
17-3.
DraftKings has a cash out of 14,000 right now, and he needs the Chiefs to win. And it's he had Ohio State.
Oh no, that's my boy. Shout out Bear Down.
Ohio State, Kansas
No, he
Chiefs, and the Dodgers.
I'm breaking. He cashed out. It was
Cashed out?
no after last night. It was over 30.
Damn.
Shout out Bear Down. Good guy.
He cashed out?
No. So he had a ticket. It's
Hey,
four.
is that the Bob the Sports guy?
Yeah. Great dude. He
Oh, you can't cash that out.
No. This is what I talked to him about it yesterday. No. He had Dodgers win the World Series, Ohio State national championship,
Both 2. Done.
and Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
All right.
Coming into yesterday, he had 14. It was 400 to win 54K. He had a 14K cash to go in the game, no hedge, played it through. It's over 30. He said he's cashing out.
I'm keeping.
I don't blame him. I don't blame. Listen,
I don't blame him taking
you just took
$30K of $400. Yes.
Yeah, I kind
But
of see.
you also did a
it's
a wild bet. I'm seeing it out.
I don't blame him.
I bet like 10 grand on
Even
that.
I-
That's what I was
'cause
gonna
Say, then
He-
you kind of
he
you walk
wanted
away
to-
with a 50 grand, 40 grand profit.
I was talking about. I was texting him last night. He wanted
put 10K
to.
on the Chiefs.
The line just wasn't.
10K on the.
He wanted
the
no
Eagles.
from the Eagles with points.
No, I'm saying even now I would double back.
You just hit
Oh,
with
but then you wouldn't. Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
you would
I'm just saying if I wouldn't have cashed out, put 10K on the Eagles, and if they win,
because then you guaranteed to make.
he
and then
wanted
put 10
he
on the
wanted the
Chiefs.
line to be 3. I think 3 was his trigger line. If it was 3, he would have tried the middle. But it was 1.5. It wasn't
Yeah, still
enough.
1.5.
And 30 grand. He's got a family. 30K is a lot of money.
No, I don't.
No,
begrudge
you
that
don't
at all.
blame him.
he
But
just made over 30K
I'm
on a
making a
$400
crazy
bet.
Right, yeah.
if I'm making a crazy bet like that, I understand taking it. You should be responsible. Take it. But I'm
Great bet.
I'm
I still
keeping
might
it,
put 10K on the
putting
Chiefs.
10K on the. Well, now after
could.
that, yeah, but I'm
I
taking
still might
10K
put.
on
I'd
the
be like,
Eagles.
but on a $400 bet, you're great with 30. You're okay with 20. I'd still put 10K on the Chiefs.
yeah.
Sure, I would have probably tried the middle. I would have tried to snipe with 2.
Yeah.
There's a 2 out there. Maybe try the middle, but I don't blame him. The guy just turned $400 into over 30,000.
Yeah, I think.
Shut up, Bear Down.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to say, which the take I want to make, which this take could last a year, it could last. We could just die and never have an answer. Lamar Jackson will get to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen.
Oh, okay. Josh Allen's way closer than him, so let's.
I know.
Way closer. Way closer.
I disagree. I
Just
don't
did
agree with Ev's
they
point,
literally
but, well,
they literally
way
just
closer.
did they just
He's been
did
there more times than Lamar.
they literally just back-to-back years did the identical thing.
Yeah, but they were also he's been there before. He was there
And lost.
But there more than Lamar. He also hasn't beaten Josh Allen. So okay, Josh Allen you can't say anything about Josh Allen Lamar in the playoffs right now when he has not beaten Josh Allen. He hasn't done it.
It's all about beating Mahomes. Beating Josh Allen is no feat.
No. When you can't beat one, you're never gonna beat the other. You can't. Yes, he hasn't beat him at all. Josh Allen has beaten him twice.
It didn't matter though because
But it does matter in that sense of who's getting.
Not really.
How?
This is we're getting to.
Tell me how it doesn't when you play the guy twice and you haven't won, and then the other one, yes, the other one has one boogeyman. This guy has two boogeymen.
Josh Allen's not his boogeyman. Absolutely not his boogeyman.
He hasn't.
I would say Mark Andrews. Anything would be his boogeyman.
He hasn't gotten past him.
So what?
What do you mean? You're meeking me now. What do you mean? So
He
what?
got to the AFC
played
Championship.
twice when you. I told you why play the games then.
He got the AFC Championship game last year. Josh Allen didn't.
Didn't play Josh Allen.
Why didn't they play? Because Josh Allen took an L. Because he stunk.
Mahomes.
L. Lose.
Okay, and who
Loss.
took an L the next game? L. Lamar Jackson. L. So what do you mean?
Lamar has a playoff loss to Ryan Tannehill on his resume.
What are we
It's really
talking
gonna
about
go
here?
deeper.
Josh Allen is better in the playoffs than Lamar Jackson. It's 1,000%. That is a
That's
fact.
a fair point. That's fair, but I think Lamar's been in the regular season. That's
Tell
fair.
me how, Ev. You can't just say You can't.
They both never been to the Super Bowl.
That's just stupid. You're being stupid.
It's a
there.
fact.
Who has better playoff stats?
Who's better playoff
Allen.
stats?
Josh Allen.
No question.
I guess.
I don't know
I guess we're talking about the fucking playoffs.
Does that matter moving
does
forward?
what the fuck does
He's
that
talked
matter?
about. Yes, it does.
Does it really, though?
He's gonna have to play Josh Allen. Right now, he's 2-0.
I know, but that's.
What do you mean? I know. What are you talking
just
about?
so
Playing
what,
the fucking
like-
games.
such a small sample size.
That's what I'm saying,
I don't know if
two
that really
games,
matters. Like, I care more. Marty, here's what I care
Gosh,
more
he
about.
threw 100 fucking yards last week. Like, what are you talking? Like,
What's wrong with
Josh
that?
Josh Allen lit it up.
What are you talking about? Lamar Jackson
threw 100
Lamar
yards.
Jackson was down because of himself.
He had a one turnover. He really had a turnover that mattered.
He had two turnovers.
Which roster's
One
better
that
set up
mattered.
for the future? That's the question.
I think both.
I think
They're both the fucking same.
I think you're probably
And
right.
one has beaten them twice.
That's why
So what are we talking? If you're looking at history, we're going off what's happened. Josh Allen has done better than him.
Yeah. He has.
No.
He has done better. I'm giving it. I just don't.
He has.
Is that relevant moving forward?
You're just saying things because you're angry, but he has. That's
Angry about what? You're the one carrying water for Josh Allen when he
You're
can't.
carrying Lamar, who can't do anything.
Just win MVP. Just be the best player in the league.
He hasn't
win
had
MVPs.
one good playoff win. Name one good one. Name one good one, please. Do it.
I mean, he's definitely won a few playoff games.
No, he hasn't had one good one. No, it's all easy ones. Name
he
Oh,
one.
they're all easy. No, Marty said they're all easy. They're all easy.
They are. Look
Got
at
to
it.
an
all
AFC
easy.
championship game. I mean, that is something. I mean,
They're all easy. They're all easy.
They're all easy because Lamar played
who
them.
is he?
If
Okay.
Josh Allen played them, they'd be the
No,
toughest games
no,
out.
because Josh Allen has only won 2 good ones, and it's against Lamar Jackson. So what are you talking? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
And
anyone
again,
that he's played hard,
Lamar took his team
flawed
down the
argument, though,
field.
Marty.
So what?
Lamar
And they
took his team
lost.
down the field.
Joe
to
Burrow's
win.
better than all of them then. So Joe Burrow's better than all of them because he beat.
No, I'm not saying
go,
that. That's
exactly.
not the
That's
argument.
I agree. Because I think it's a flawed argument all the way.
He's not giving any
No,
facts.
I made
I'm giving
no.
facts.
I made a stance
Can you
that
guys?
Lamar will
what's
go
Lamar
further.
Jackson's wins, Phil, in the playoffs, and let's go.
Is
through
this
them.
irrelevant though?
No, I just asked who.
Titans.
Titans. That's a great one.
That actually is a good
Texans
one.
twice, I
Titans
guess.
2021. That's great.
Sure.
He also lost
They're a good
to that
team.
Yeah.
Titans are a good. That's a good Titans team.
But we're talking about like
Okay,
Josh Allen.
lost to the Chargers.
Oh.
Lost to the Titans.
That's too early on.
I kind of don't care about any of this though. This has no relevance in like what's going to happen next year.
It shouldn't play the games. Then.
Went to the Titans. Lost
No,
to
they
the
should be. Like what
Bills.
happened 4 years ago doesn't matter now though, Marty. The roster's
It happened-
different.
Yes, it happened this year, Clemmer. It happened this year.
Right, this year.
So what are we? So we're talking about it happened this year, and they won.
It did.
So am I going crazy?
No. But I mean, you were going crazy when you said he made a bad throw of the 2-point conversion.
Yes,
That's when you're going
that's
crazy.
tongue in
That's
cheek. But he also
but
could have
now
thrown a
it's-
better throw. That's
Dude.
is that not crazy, bro? What, Ev? What? You have his dick in your mouth too. So what?
He put the ball in his stomach. He said it's a bad throw.
He turned around.
Where's
Did he not?
he supposed to
Oh,
turn?
Marty, that's not fair.
Wait,
Turn to the side.
We're supposed to turn to the sideline? What the fuck are we talking about? What
do you mean?
That was a good throw.
He turned what to look at the
could've-
quarterback. He
what?
turned
It
to look
could've
at the
been better.
quarterback.
It
He
could've
turned
been better.
to look at the quarterback throwing in the
been
ball,
better.
as opposed to what, turning his back to him. What the fuck are we talking
What?
about?
blame the quarterback for that.
But he would.
Yeah, we're like he
I'm not
threw it.
blaming the fucking
He might
quarterback.
as well. Yes, you literally did.
Did I say he should have caught the fucking ball? You fucking idiot.
No, you never said
Oh, I
that. You
didn't?
said it was a bad
Oh,
throw.
I didn't say that.
You said it was
Ev?
the throw
Did I
should
not
have been
say
better.
that, Ev?
No,
Bring up
you
the
didn't say
fucking
that.
tweet and
You
read
said
it,
it should have
you
been
moron.
better. You said
Read
it
the
should have been
tweet, you
better.
moron.
It was a perfect throw.
Read the tweet.
He put the ball in his stomach.
Read the tweet. I
put
just
the ball in
said
his stomach.
he should have caught the ball.
What?
All right,
He said
period.
what?
That's it then. So
No,
you
no,
can't
no.
put that on Lamar.
What he said? What? What he didn't say?
Yes,
He said what?
It could have been, I could say that. Could have been a
what?
better
Like, what are we-
throw.
No,
I did not. Did I say he could have? You said I didn't say he should have caught the ball.
that's
So
not
don't
hard,
lie.
man.
Say what's happening.
Come on, man. We're like you
Come
said.
on, man. What?
You said the
'Cause
throw
you just
wasn't good
said
enough.
that- I didn't say it was. I said he should have caught the ball still.
Why didn't it end there?
Don't you think it was a good throw though for the snow?
It was a
Like, to
fucking
put it-
great throw.
to put it-
It was a perfect throw.
Yeah, no, but he's
And
definitely.
he literally had the ball like this. He literally had the ball in between his hands and his chest like this.
Like in
as
this-
well, right? You definitely would have.
In the snow, you give
Probably.
him if it
Why
goes
is
through his
that?
hands.
Because he's the one that can drive his team down the field and deliver. Josh Allen couldn't.
literally did it.
Yesterday he did it. He had the ball 3 minutes, 3 timeouts, and
he
couldn't get the
also
ball
had
across
the ball
half field.
5 with
Field.
6 minutes left and drove it down the field and scored to tie the game. So what are we talking about?
Last night?
Yes, it was 29 to
With, like,
22.
I mean, early in the fourth quarter. Do it in crunch time when it matters.
No, like 6 minutes left.
A lot of time, and then he got the ball. No, but then he got the ball with.
Splitting hairs. Everything I say is
No. But he got the ball with 3 minutes left, 3 timeouts, only needing a field goal. And what happened? He fucking shit his pants.
Did he shit his pants?
He didn't get the ball across midfield.
So do you think
he get the ball across
Do you
midfield?
think he should have caught the ball or no?
Kincaid?
Yes.
Sure, but not even.
That was a bad throw. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
bad
not a good
throw.
throw.
Marty. That's
No, it's
what
not a
you
good
do
throw.
here.
No, it's not a bad
You guys
throw.
are-
That's a bad
You guys are see. I can't
in that
win then.
situation,
Marty,
gave his
That's
guy a
not
chance to
Marty,
get
you
the
can't-
hard
no,
catch.
no, 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 no.
Hard catch, but he should have caught the ball. You just said no. He shouldn't have caught the ball.
Marty,
That's
you
the
said-
best throw
Marty.
he could have made in that situation.
I agree, but that's
the best throw
but
he
it's
could have
a-
made.
Okay, both
three
these
guys-
guy a
both
chance.
these can be true.
Coming after him.
It's still a bad
Crazy-
throw, but
crazy
but
stat.
Allen's in a bad spot.
Oh, well, dude, are you serious? We're gonna do that? You're gonna talk about coulda, shoulda, woulda throw? What are you
It's
talking
the
about?
caliber of your play, Marty.
Bro,
He's
if
just
you don't
lucky the
think he
Chiefs
should've
dropped.
caught that.
He's just lucky the Chiefs dropped a few balls and couldn't pick up a fumble.
Lamar, I'm sure, didn't throw anything that could have been picked. I literally remember one that could have got picked. I don't care about those. It didn't
Josh
happen.
Allen
Whatever
fumbled
happens-
3 times. He just got really lucky, and the team got back on him.
Why, that's football. What are we talking about?
But I'm saying you're doing it's your caliber. Your caliber of play matters.
Yes,
and my
Lamar
point is
also-
saying Lamar, when he makes a great throw and the guy just drops it to tie the game, that's not an indictment on him as a
Not
quarterback.
an indictment on him. I made.
But you're
one
making it out
comment.
to be that way.
I made one comment about the fucking game. He played great, but he also was down a lot of the game because of himself.
He had one bad turnover. The fumble was bad. The
Yeah,
fumble was
but
bad.
throwing a
turnover.
pick also like
But throwing a pick like deep down the field that was ended up being like a punt.
no, but that
Like, that's not
doesn't
in- it's
matter.
not
No, it wasn't.
consequential.
It was on second down.
But I'm saying it's second and long.
Yeah,
He throws it
he could've
deep
scored
down
a
the
touchdown.
field.
What do you mean? It's still an interception.
He also was on his own like 10-yard line. He wasn't like driving in to score. He threw a bad throw. Oh, and also the guy broke off his route too. Little deep dive there.
You're making excuses for it doesn't matter.
No, that's just what happened.
But, okay, but someone made a route there as well, and he didn't catch it. Whatever.
No, he made a bad throw. He had to come back and dive for it and didn't catch it.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, you're just saying like different stats. Like, you're making excuses everything I say for Lamar, right?
My point is that you came in saying this like all this about Lamar, and then the next week it's all Josh.
Josh Allen-
What else can Josh do? What else can he do? Like he's a Make-A-Wish kid. He had the
Josh
ball 3
Allen-
minutes, 3 timeouts.
Well, you
Couldn't pick up 2
stole
first
Coley's
downs.
tweet. You stole Coley's tweet. It's fine.
It's true. It's a
No,
fact.
but don't take it for yourself. But I'm just saying.
While we're doing that,
What?
okay.
No, but you're being.
It's not like the crazy. I mean,
what can
there's like 10
Josh
people that
Allen
have said
do
that.
more? What can he do more?
Oh, well, he can,
Maybe getting field goal range, get a field goal.
Also, can
He'll score a touchdown, win the
you
game.
could make the
Kincaid
same
just
argument.
dropped the ball completely. Sure.
I mean, I think both things are.
So it's the same fucking thing.
I mean, the
I agree,
throw
it's the same.
definitely could have
Either
been better.
quarterback is that much better than the other.
How could that throw be better when you have 3 off your back leg with 3 guys coming at you? How can it be better?
He
gave
his guy a shot to
chucked
catch
it up
the ball.
there.
He gave his guy
Wide
a shot to
open.
catch the
There was
ball.
no one in front of him.
He had to run and dive for it.
He did not have to run and dive. He went on a knee.
He had to run
Right there.
and
He
dive.
was right there. Went on a knee.
That was a bad situation. You can blame the quarterback and not blame the quarterback, but that was a bad situation.
Of course it was. They sent
How
a
is
ton
it
of
his-
blitz.
It
They
was
sent big
3
blitz.
guys on him. He had no time to throw the ball. And whoever fucking did that dot thing, finally, by the way, we've been dying for a good bout. That was a fun one. That was a good one right there.
When I saw your tweet this morning, I couldn't wait to argue about this.
It was fun.
Last night I had my take. This take could take. They might just never make a Super Bowl. We argued about this for
to be honest, they both might
60
never
years
make it.
old.
That's
But
my
I am
take.
sticking my.
That's the
might not
more
do it.
fun.
I'm
for me.
sticking my flag.
None of them making it. Mahomes just keeps making the Super Bowl.
Okay,
Lamar
but next year-
will slay the dragon
Next
before
year,
Josh Allen
if
does.
Josh Allen beats Lamar, you have to bring it down a little bit.
Only to go to the Super Bowl. My take is that
So if
he
he
will go to the
beats
Super
him again
Bowl.
in the divisional round and loses to Mahomes, it still doesn't matter.
I don't think
I don't know if it
division
really
matters.
matters that much.
Lamar will make
Lamar 3 times
listen
in
to
a
me.
row.
Clip. Lamar will make a Super Bowl before Josh Allen. That is my take.
See, I have a hard time with that.
Our
It's
take
the
is-
Spider-Man meme. It's the same guys arguing.
That's what I'm saying. They're in this like
I'm not going to say Allen's better than Lamar. I'm not going to say Lamar's better now. To me, it's the same.
they're
So
in
right
this
now,
like
me and Ev have a Lamar and
Yes.
Josh to whoever.
basically a lifelong standing.
All right,
You'll
I
be
like
sitting here
that.
40 years
do.
old and be
And,
like,
and Meek loves Joe
neither of them
Burrow.
can win.
I like that. And I
I-
apologize about the stealing take because I do that all the
I
time.
wasn't trying to steal it. It wasn't trying to steal it. It was more.
This morning,
I just
I know.
saw he said it, and I was like, "It is." I was thinking the same thing without saying "Make a wish."
Arguments, I just whatever you can get off the mind right then.
I was thinking the same thing without the words "Make a
I
wish."
want to bring up that fucking tweet by that moron, whoever that is, that does the fucking
the dots.
the dots.
Oh, Benjamin Zola.
That's the stupidest tweet I've ever seen.
Can I?
That he should have hit Shakir.
Could I just bring up
Yeah.
one thing when you guys talk about the Kincaid
don't
thing?
get me back excited.
It's not excited.
I'm
I did
exhausted.
my favorite. You guys, I was alluding to. I wanted to talk about.
I'm doing
all
this
day.
half a mouth.
The
too.
whole. My favorite conspiracy from
Dying
yesterday
here.
was when Jim Nantz like, oh, there's a flag on the field, and then everyone was like, that was only a flag if Kincaid caught it. That was the best.
What happened there? Was there?
there was
There
just-
was
I think there was
never a
just no
flag.
It was
There was no
legitimately
flag.
a flag if Kincaid caught it.
No, but like CBS.
there was no flag.
CBS thought it was a flag.
Or like a ref could have dropped the flag. You know, just
I don't know. I think the way CBS brushed it under the rug, I think CBS fucked up.
I think too. I think they.
And Nance even like blamed. It was like I was told it was a flag. It's like blaming his production guys.
You know, I think somebody in production got fired yesterday.
Well, this play, right?
Yeah.
Shakir is open to the left. But I don't know if you've.
Well, the way
realized this.
Allen, I just saw a screenshot.
Look at the
Allen's-
guy's on him.
Yeah,
and
Allen's back is turned.
He's turned to the.
No, well, also, that one I'll
Look,
listen.
Allen's
He's
back.
turned to the right.
Allen
yeah.
opened up his back.
If
is turned.
Lamar
Yeah.
also the way like this, he's running the other way. He
Yeah.
would like the decision would have been made so quick, and also, and this I'm arguing for Josh Allen here, that it happened so fast. If he even gets that ball to Shakir in time, who knows? Like for
He
Allen,
got him, yeah.
You're saying, on fourth down, you're throwing the ball way behind the
line,
sticks.
yeah. No,
Like,
but
he
the
doesn't
dots
make the
thing
move.
was
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
A guy like me would have seen that corner blitz coming a mile away
Yeah.
and thrown it to the left
There's
side.
nobody happier though than Mark Andrews
Now-
right now.
Honestly,
I don't think
Kincaid
Kincaid is
dropped it.
getting that much. As
It's
much
not
heat as-
because it was
not
honestly
bad. It's just
Mark
like-
Andrews again.
Andrews is much easier.
We're all gonna go back.
2-yard pass for
We're all gonna
Andrews.
say something. Yeah, Lamar's was a way better throw.
Also,
wait a
Andrews.
minute,
But also, Andrews. Also, he fumbled the possession before
Yeah.
when they were like
Yes.
driving
Yeah.
down the field.
Yes.
he
And
also
he
did
made a
play
bad
really
play,
well
fumbled. Like
besides that.
he cost them like
Right.
potentially 8 points.
I thought you meant nobody's happy with Andrews because the Bills didn't make the Super Bowl. If the Bills made the Super Bowl, everyone's pointing back.
Well,
to
that's
Andrews.
also it. Too.
Now it's forgotten about.
But it also
More or
like
less.
Kincaid also got close without the replay there too. Like people really honing in on it. Like he was close to just like let's get past this. Like it was a crazy throw, whatever. And then you look at it, it was like there's no one around him. It's almost crazy. Like where
It was just the way he had to come back for it.
Yeah, but still like he was like under it. And
How the team was chasing Josh
He
Allen.
got under. He did get under, but it was a weird. The whole play was.
That's
weird.
again Spagnuolo right there, getting 3 guys
Smart.
right in his face at
Smart.
4th and 5 was.
Oh
awesome.
yeah, and it's also just a sign of how good the defensive line is for the Chiefs.
And if one more person tells me the Giants got to be upset about Saquon, I'm going to rip your throat out. Do you think he'd be running like this behind our offensive line and our team? He was amazing with our team. You could see if you have 5 Pro Bowlers in front of him and then 2 Pro Bowlers on the side of him, he's the best running back in the NFL.
was even amazing
Mark, can
with
I-
our team.
can I-
That's the other thing.
My biggest take from yesterday was I do not know how, maybe me or I'm going to say we, like in NFL fans, didn't see Saquon going to the Eagles with that offensive line and being like, oh, yeah, that's going to be a better fit than McCaffrey was.
I don't know why we
49ers.
didn't like
I legitimately
bet
think
2,000 yards.
because he didn't. Yeah, no, I don't know if I was like, oh, Saquon's not that good because he was playing against legitimately no offensive line for the past like 5 years. But
also, like, no passing game either.
Giants,
and still was going
Giants,
crazy.
what
like,
the Giants did to
McCaffrey-
him is going to look back at being like, the NFL should be thankful that we get to see this man flourish for the Giants.
Do you think
the Giants keeping on that team?
What a waste of his
him-
talents.
Waste of his talents.
I think this he should be used for like generations as the like poster child of situations like have to be taken into account when
Very much
evaluating
so.
a football player. That's quarterback, running back, anything. You see that he came out of college. They're saying like Barry Sanders type shit.
Yeah.
You're like obviously older guys are like they have obviously got to watch Barry. I didn't get to watch Barry. When my dad said, this is the greatest running back you've ever seen, unbelievable. You see, like, with a good team, he really is that. He really is
also-
that. He is gold jacket, like, one of the greatest offensive talents we will ever see lace up cleats.
People were clowning the Giants at the time too, like, "Oh, why would you take a running back at 2?" Like, it didn't work out really. They were right. It's just that we didn't have any of the pieces.
They were. It's
help.
They were. It's tough that the same
outrageous.
draft Josh Allen, Lamar came from.
Yeah.
But no, you're not
was
wrong.
right,
Like, he's like the best player.
And we had,
And he was ready to win, right? Like he was obviously ready to just like throw on a good team. He's
the
unbelievable.
first play of the
Let me
game.
ask you
is
this.
Meek
was
is
good on a
beside
bat.
himself.
One of the
Migo's the man of
he was
apology.
one of the worst draft picks in NFL history, taking him second.
All right, well, that's not true.
overall.
It just shows you how little you know about NFL history. Then.
Not acknowledging.
I don't know anything. So,
I'm sorry, Chris Copper, you won so many championships. Please tell me how much football you know. Please tell me. God damn,
He's baiting you. He's baiting you.
Oh, man.
You're
He's baiting you.
45 years old. You're
He's
even seen
baiting
a
you.
fucking Super Bowl.
He's baiting you.
God
I
damn.
don't run the Jets, you fucking idiots.
He's baiting you. He's
I'm a fan of the
Stop.
team.
No,
See,
don't-
this is why
don't
you
even-
can't.
baiting you. He's
This is
baiting
why
you.
you can't do this because then once
Fucking moron.
Meek,
baiting
Meek,
you.
once
Meek
you
has seen Super Bowl, so
That's
he knows
a-
football.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
That's it. Once you start doing this, you basically just start saying anyone from Boston knows more football than you because they
Right.
watch the
Yes,
Patriots.
of course.
Also, sorry, but my team has won more World Series than you. I know baseball better
Right.
than you.
Exactly.
No,
Meek, it's not one of the. It's not. It was not one of
Yes.
the dumbest.
So why the GM is not in football anymore? Why
You
did
can't
he
say
retire after
those are
3
two
years?
separate things.
No, it's not two separate things.
It's totally two separate
His
things.
first draft, he took a running back, second overall win. We didn't have a succession
A
plan
Hall
for
of Fame
Eli.
talent.
We had no offensive line.
Do you know how bad-
We
how
had
about
a Hall
Jamarcus-
of Fame
All right,
talent
stop
running
yelling.
back. Congrats. What did that do? One playoff win in 5 fucking years?
Imagine
what do you
drafting a
call-
Hall of Famer.
Imagine drafting fucking
Hang on a second.
Oh,
So-
no. I'm talking. You listen to me, motherfucker.
right, go ahead.
Imagine if we took a quarterback. Imagine if we had Josh Allen. Imagine if we had... Fuck, Sam Darnold's had more success since that draft class than the Giants
Meek,
had.
You lost us there.
If we took Sam Darnold, we'd be in the shitter.
No, we would not, because he would be so bad as a quarterback, we'd give up after 2 years, as opposed to Daniel Jones getting 6 years to prove what? What we knew on fucking draft night.
So Meek, you think that's a worse draft pick than taking Jamarcus Russell from the Raiders 1-1? You said worst ever, right?
I said one
Zach
of the worst.
Wilson,
Could you
number
imagine,
2.
like,
Yeah,
being-
Zach Wilson?
who was
A lot
the
of
Jets
picks,
GM?
a lot of picks
Who was
to be
the Giants
So like, there's
GM?
so many. Like,
Dave Gettleman, the worst
like
GM in the history of football.
and like a Hall of Famer, a future NFL Hall of Famer, is
And
one
why
of the
did you
worst
win
picks.
with them?
Well, you at least got to a playoff. You know what I mean? Draft picks don't even get to
So,
a playoff.
so cool. Ryan Grigson drafts Andrew Luck first overall. Does we suck his dick? No, he gets out of fucking football.
So it's one of the
He
worst
didn't know how
picks
to-
ever?
He didn't know how to
Great
build
pick.
around a Hall of Famer.
That was
a great pick.
Andrew Luck was a great pick.
It's so
by the
easy
way.
to take great players first or second overall. It's not my fault your old fat GM couldn't do that.
I don't know what you're
hold
talking
on.
about.
I have
No,
no
hold
idea what
on.
he's talking about.
The difference.
But if I was Gettleman and my one good draft pick was Saquon Barkley, a Hall of Famer, I'd be like, please rip on me
He
for not
drafted
that
Christian
pick.
McCaffrey
I know,
too.
like,
What did he win in
Gettleman?
Carolina?
There's a lot of draft
doing
picks
here?
to make fun of me
What
of.
did Christian
It's so
McCaffrey win in
weird.
Carolina? He took him top 10.
Gettle-
He won the
Gettleman-
full jacket.
No,
Why wouldn't you take the best player?
He's a Hall of Famer.
Positional value.
Imagine value is he's a Hall of
We just
Famer.
talked about fucking positional value, Marty. We
What
just said.
Well,
look
they
at
thought they
Saquon.
could build
No,
around him. They
Connor,
didn't do it.
They
you
thought
shut
they
up.
could.
I'm talking to
I know,
Marty.
you've already.
I'm not
Meek,
talking to Marty.
Meek.
I'm not talking to Marty.
It has to be a
I'm
back
not
and
talking
forth.
to Marty.
All right.
I'll talk
All right.
over you right now.
But we'll just mute your mic. I mean, like that's fine. We can do that. But like, it has to be a conversation a little bit, Meek. Like you can make your point, but someone has to be able to respond to it. You can't just scream for an hour and a half.
He's shaking. He's
Meek is-
shaking.
Just had a conversation talking about positional
I
value.
know, but Meek, they thought they could build around him. But drafting a Hall of Famer is not one of the worst worst picks in NFL history.
It's not a bad pick.
Were we talking?
That's just not how the world works.
Were we drafting 5 Pro Bowl offensive linemen along the line with Saquon Barkley?
Well, you should have been.
Who went one in that
I don't know why we didn't. What a brilliant idea.
I agree. So why didn't you?
Because we had a fucking moron at GM that took him second overall.
So I think those subsequent picks are worse than the Saquon pick then.
Yes, that's the point.
problem, Meek.
Drafting Saquon was not the problem.
Right.
It was everything else building around Saquon. That was the
So you're
problem.
telling me
We
right
drafted
now,
a lawn chair after that.
You're
That
telling
was
me-
the bad pick.
You were telling me right
that
now
Neil?
that you would rather
Who was
have
it? Not Neil.
Saquon Barkley in that
Neil was
draft
recently.
on your team.
Flowers.
You're changing the goalpost. You said one of the worst NFL picks in
I'm
history.
not changing the goalpost.
Who could
I'm
you have
asking-
gotten? Who could you have gotten?
Would you have taken Josh Allen?
No, you see, that's also
not-
just
that's
as
not
dumb.
how it works,
that's just as
man.
dumb because situationally, Josh
Again,
Allen went
yeah,
to the
Jo-
best place for him. Josh Allen isn't an anomaly. Like, that was someone going in that everyone thought was going to be a project. His first year, he sucked. If he was on the Giants, you'd be saying, we drafted Josh Allen. He just had big hands. He's
No.
not that good. We drafted a quarterback from Wyoming. Oh, my God, he sucks.
That's fair.
Saquon was sitting right there. We let him go to our fucking division
actually,
rivals,
I wanna-
the Eagles. Are you kidding me?
I would not have said that.
good
'cause I had a
impression,
brain.
too.
I love
Would
this.
you have
Good
drafted
impression.
Josh
I love
Allen
this show
and had him
so
sit
much.
behind Eli for 2 years? Would you have drafted Sam Darnold? Maybe have him sit behind Eli for a year or two? Or would you have drafted Quinn Nelson, who's a really fucking good offensive lineman, Pro Bowl offensive lineman? Would he have been a better
How
pick
did
than
they do
Saquon
with him?
Barkley?
How did they do with Quinn
situationally?
Nelson?
I don't know. Maybe there's another
They didn't
team.
do well.
There's
No.
another team in that draft class that took Denzel Ward 4th overall and Nick Chubb in the 2nd round. Turned out pretty good. They actually won a playoff game together.
So-
Interesting.
Oh my God!
You are so fucking stupid, me. They won a playoff game. What a dumb fuck.
And then they won a playoff
Fuck
game.
you, Meek.
They won
You,
a-
oh, that's pretty good.
They won a.
They won a playoff game.
Pretty good over there.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish my
fuck.
point. You didn't let me finish my point. You didn't let me finish my point. They won a playoff game before they decided to move off the quarterback.
Just like the
and
Giants
make the worst
did.
trade in NFL history.
It went pretty good over there.
I have one.
Shut the fuck up. I'm
Meek,
talking now.
Meek, you dumb fuck. Meek, you owe Saquon Barkley an apology, by the way. You call him a coward. He's the least cowardly
no, he is a
player.
coward.
I have one.
He's not a coward.
I have one
You're a
question on
coward.
Saquon. then
Hall of
we'll
Fame
do
running back.
We'll do a little bit on the Eagles game because there's really not much there. Saquon signed a 3-year, $37.8 million deal.
Steal.
Right, steal. Not a bag. Did not get the massive
Didn't
deal.
change the market from them all.
Here's
Here's the question I'm gonna ask. He's 27 and he's unbelievable.
Yep.
But do you think his deal ends when he's 30 or maybe 29? It's a 3-year deal. Let's say he's 29 or 30. Could you see teams, even as great as he is, being like, we don't want to pay a 30-year-old, and he never fully gets like the
I'll tell
real
you why. I'll
rack,
tell you why.
like the
They're going-
bag deal?
Derrick Henry's 31.
That's a good comp.
He's looking like he's having his best year he's ever
But he
had.
just signed.
So I said,
But I'm just saying
No,
that
you're
year,
not saying
82
a
year, like
contract.
Saquon should get
18
paid.
million.
Saquon should get paid.
You're not saying
But
they're
do
not
teams be like, he's 30.
running
His
backs
best.
are never going to get paid.
That's
like,
the point.
That's the
much.
problem. Like that's what's not fair in this. Like I guess
But-
that's the way running backs have gone. But
He's-
like he may never get a full
He's
shake.
looking at what he's doing is changing it. Maybe they could get paid more because looking how
He's helping that market.
they're a run-first team with
Right.
2 Pro Bowl wide receivers.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
ask-
crazy.
Can
And he's elevated a good team now being a great one potentially.
AJ Brown's like, yeah, we're a run. Like I'm a 3rd option on this team. Basically.
They also he's the best player, and I think you have to look at it from the reason like Howie Roseman is maybe the best GM in football or one of them without question.
Hard to argue.
Look at how this is why it drives me nuts that Shane still has a job, and especially seeing like footage of it with my own eyes, him talking about Saquon in the offseason, thinking like, oh, like maybe if he goes out in the market, no one wants to pay him, we'll come back, give him like $7-8 million a year. Like thinking so like you think you're like new school, but you're old school. You're just kind of doing what everyone else is doing.
Exactly right.
You're just doing you're just going through the motions of like this is what GM does kind of thing. Where Howie Roseman said, you know what, Saquon is a special player. We got a little bit of money to spend. We have a good offensive line. You know who would
Running backs are undervalued right now.
You know who do well here? Saquon Barkley. We think Saquon Barkley is one of the elite offensive skill position players in football. We're going to pay him as much as like the 30th highest paid receiver. We're going to pay this guy this much money. And Ravens, another unbelievable front office. Draft well, sign guys well, develop guys well, everything. Remember, these are the guys who are taking Lamar Jackson to play quarterback when everyone says he's a running back, he can't throw. And look where they are now. MVPs, playoffs, blah, blah, blah. That's what good teams do. They said, Derrick Henry still's been productive. We could give this guy $9 million a year with basically just like the first year guaranteed. If it doesn't work out, whatever. This is what good teams do, and it shows. It makes me sick that Joe Shane is still employed by the Giants. Sick.
So,
the greatest-
if you're bringing up Derrick Henry to a
Ravens. They made the AFC Championship game last year, and they didn't make it this year with Derrick Henry. So how much better did he make their team?
He made them a lot better. Phil.
I mean, come on.
Just watch the games.
Well, we're talking about finding.
I'll answer. He definitely made them better without question. I mean, if you're going to sit there and we're sitting here splitting hairs between Chiefs, Ravens, Bills. You see how close these games are when they play each other, especially in the playoffs. I mean, they didn't get there this year, but to say they didn't get better with Derrick Henry is asinine.
Well, I mean, they had a worse regular season record. They lost
The
in the playoffs
broke
earlier.
every single record. Like for the
But
offense,
what happened? What matters at the end of the day? Wins and losses.
Yeah, because
records are cool.
To
but
go
wins
back
and
to
losses
Ev's
are
point,
cool.
Guy ran for
to
like
Ev's
1,800
point.
yards. I
Three
mean,
phases of the game.
The
is?
best GMs do exactly that. They find like a market correction and they go
Yes.
so you're exactly right. Like the smart GMs are always like one step ahead. Howard Roseman's are one step ahead, and that's why our GMs are always 3 steps
like
behind.
Joe Shane was in like 2015, thinking I'm thinking like it's 2019, and instead he's thinking like 2021, and they're thinking forward.
Yep.
They're saying Saquon's an elite player. Let's go get him.
Giants did a favor to the whole NFL to let someone flourish and watch. Look how good this guy
Don't give the
actually
Giants credit, but you're right.
I gotta,
It further shows just how poorly the Giants are
You
ran.
guys should have traded him a year earlier. I know that wasn't on the market. It wasn't a thing, but that's how you get the value.
Well, no, that's John Mara being a terrorist.
I think they thought he was. I think they were like taking
they were
his
gonna
like
sign him.
loyal because he is a loyal guy. You could tell how he is, and like he was actually. It seems like he was actually very hurt by the Giants, and like like his whole team loves him. He literally like he scored 2 touchdowns yesterday. It was going like this to everyone. Like we still got a lot to go. Like he is everything I hear about him is just like great teammate. All this stuff. I think they took it for granted. Where him saying like I want to be a Giant for life, and they could kind of just toy with him, and then he was finally like, all right, well they're not fucking calling anymore. Fuck it.
They had a Hall of Fame talent in their building, and not only like disrespected him during his time there in terms of like putting talent around him, disrespected him on his way out the door, just patronized him on his way out, like didn't make him an offer, made him out to be the villain in every way. That's why Meek saying all this shit does make me sick.
I just believe in positional value.
No.
I have another question.
Meek, but your hatred towards him is disgusting.
I believe in positional value.
No.
Calls him a coward.
I believe in positional value.
Make it clear. Direct your hatred at the New York Football Giants and not at Saquon Barkley, who did nothing wrong.
Do you think that
he did nothing wrong?
He did nothing wrong though, Phil.
No,
he was spit on and slapped
you wear
on his
a
way
Rivals
out.
jersey. I hate your guts. That's the way it works. That's sports.
No,
You're telling me you don't hate anyone wearing a Boston Red Sox jersey?
Right now, I mean, hate. Honestly,
Do you hate
there's probably no one I hate on the Red Sox.
Even
Are
Johnny
Devers?
so relevant right now.
I think
Johnny Devers, I kind of do. Just
like that.
just
You look at Johnny Damon,
because he
you're like,
owns
oh,
Garrett
he's
Cole.
right.
But
I don't
really,
care because he won
Johnny Damon was a good
Series.
Yankee.
I think
It's fun.
that rivalry is not a lot
Can
of
I-
hate in that rivalry.
do you guys
right
not
think
right
that
now. Not as much.
Even
Yeah,
like
they're
Ju-
not
like-
good.
Marty
Just
hates
not
the
a
Orioles
fan.
more.
But I'm like Ev right now hates some of the Michigan because it's a rivalry.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
same spot where they both just won national championships. Like
but-
Yankees, Red Sox, I still hate
Yankees and-
them.
There has to be someone who's saying like Saquon was a really good Giant.
Yeah, now he's an Eagle. I
He
hate him.
wanted to be here so badly.
Okay.
If they gave him anything, even
Well, it's all in
remotely
Hard Knocks though,
respectful,
Phil. Like
he
this
would've
was
been
like
here.
the negotiations were about as public as you can get.
Yeah, I'm saying okay.
I've said it 1,000 times. Him saying for like, give me your word, you're going to come back. It makes me want to puke when I think about it.
I believe in positional.
That was the most disgusting. Like, what a joke of a human being.
I believe in positional value.
Imagine Saquon being like, if I tear my ass out, you give me your word.
Right,
not
yeah.
being expensive.
Like,
Well, Cubby, right? You'll pay
that's
me?
what he said to him in GM speak. That's the like you're running the New York Giants, one of the top, I think 5 most valuable franchises in the NFL, and you're talking like that to your best player. You're really your only fucking good player besides Dexter Lawrence at the time.
So
now you have neighbors. You have another
Is there
good
any?
player.
Is there any team that missed the playoffs this year that you would say was a Saquon Barkley away from making the playoffs?
Let's see.
That's a good question.
Like it's
Falcons?
even like
That's Bijan, though.
Falcons actually is a good answer.
Do you think?
I'll tell you, the Vikings would have been a
Bijan's
lot
really
better
good,
with.
I know, but I'm just saying they were
Yeah,
so close.
what about playoff teams that were?
Oh, Seattle?
Could have really
Seattle definitely.
I mean, Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet had good years. Like,
But they're not Saquon. Saquon's a different animal.
I don't think Saquon
How
makes
about
a
the
difference.
Dolphins?
Kenneth Gainwell had a good year last year.
What about
Dolphins?
What about the Bengals?
Niners.
The
Niners.
Bengals?
Yes.
Saquon
Niners.
was-
Chase
Bengals.
Brown had a good year, but
Bank.
Can I
Different
please
animal.
can you guys answer this question? Do you think that the Saquon acquisition was better than the McCaffrey acquisition? So you have to
Yes.
consider how good the 49ers came and how good McCaffrey is out of the field.
I don't know.
You
I think it's the
traded
same.
assets for
I'd say the same
you
right now,
traded
right?
assets for McCaffrey,
Yes,
and then
correct.
you signed him to the highest paying contract for a running back right now, and it's like the difference of $6 million. I think the Saquon acquisition
no
was
trade,
100% better.
But
I-
why,
100%.
I'd say
Because they
it's
didn't give up
about
anything
even.
for him.
I get that
And they
stuff.
paid him
And cheap-
less.
and
They
cheap
gave him
stuff.
nothing for him, paid him less, and they got a better player.
100% of that stuff's fine. All that, I guess, if that's what you're going for, Dukes. I meant like on the field, they've kind of done like when McCaffrey's healthy.
I'm not.
They're
Yeah.
so you're talking about the like value of that stuff.
If you traded for Saquon and then paid him like McCaffrey, you'd have a real debate. I think for all things
So you're
considered,
saying money and stuff. Got it. Yeah. No, you're right with that.
value wise, like, I think it's like a yeah. I think
Because
it's
I'm saying, I thought you meant like on the field stuff. Like they both offenses run both through them.
it's also going to be like in this case. I think right now it's Saquon, especially if they win a Super Bowl and he's the best player.
That's
But
Neil
McCaffrey
Everyone's
was
a
in
Super
it
Bowl,
twice,
and you
though.
just- yeah.
Or once.
Once. But also
Once.
He was
it will
once.
come down
So
to
it's-
Went to an NFC Championship, lost, and then went to the Super
we
Bowl.
also got to wait till when they're 30. Who's healthiest? Like actually, like if
That's
Saquon
fair.
plays every more games.
What was
like,
McCaffrey, one or 2 years before him?
they made a Super Bowl.
No, I'm saying when he got
McCaffrey,
I'm saying when he got
he's
drafted. I think
28.
1 year before,
Yeah.
right? 1
And they're
year.
like one draft class apart. Actually.
That's what I thought. Like 1 year
Same
before him.
age, I think.
Yeah, I knew he was 1 year, 1 or 2 years before.
Are you guys done talking football? Because we have to get out of here at 1:15.
Whoa, we have golf to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Good point, Phil. Give me a second. That's a good point, Phil. I mean, the conversation got out of control. So, brought to you by TGL. This is TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, all new indoor arena style golf where high tech meets higher stakes, meets primetime ESPN, and the next match of the season is teeing off tonight, 127 Jupiter Links Club Golf Club versus the Boston Common Golf Club. I like Boston Common. It's a good name. It's a 3-on-3 match golf league that takes the competition of pro golf and places it inside arena sports atmosphere. 6 teams: Atlanta, Boston, LA, New York City, the Bay, and Jupiter, featuring 24 of PGA Tour's best go head-to-head each week. We're talking mic'd up players, shot clocks, refs, never-before-seen holes, a moving green, playoffs, lights, cameras, action. It all goes down in the first-of-its-kind arena in Florida. I've watched some of this. I love it. I love the moving green, everything that's entitled to it. Tune in tonight only on ESPN and ESPN+. This is TGL sponsored, presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf.
Could you end with this really quick?
Yeah.
I think that it would be a disservice to gamblers if we didn't talk about this game. And I know that I think a few of you were on
Oh,
this.
please, yes.
This
Yeah,
was, the Houston
quickly.
Kansas game
I
was
honestly,
so
I
absurd.
honestly want to cry. I never want to think about that game again.
Down 6 with 90 seconds left in the second half. Force overtime. I think it was 100.
They
it
were
was 70 seconds.
They were down
Worst
6 with
one
they,
is
they were down 6 with 30 seconds left, and at the line shooting too.
Yeah, and DeJuan Harris was
with,
good.
with their guard,
He's a
not some,
reliable-
not
yeah,
some like point
72%
guard, like some
from
big
the line,
that shoots like
50
40% from the line, like a point guard who I'm
Shooting
I'm
up 6.
I don't know what he shoots from the line. I'd guess DeJuan Harris
72%.
72, not great,
It's
but
not
like
great. He's a weird shooter.
hopefully he makes one. Jesus, this is one of those where thank God I had like a decent day that day. Like if I was losing my ass and this had happened to me, I would have videos would have been made.
Yep.
I made it.
Honestly,
Anyone
same.
wants? I made a support group. If you're bet canceling this game, if you want to DM me about it, a few people DM me about it. I'm here for you. If
It was
you're-
bad.
That was like I say this once a month. That was the worst feed ever.
So
Like,
it was me, you, and Big Cat on it.
I had it.
that was
I had Houston
gross.
as well.
And I had plus 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what it took for them to lose that game twice.
Yeah, but the
6-point
twice-
leads twice.
I've seen college basketball as gamblers. We've all seen the bad losses, but losing it twice, the second time in overtime is when I really lost. The first time was awful too,
Yep.
right? Crazy.
The
second time
OT was worse.
Second time was worse, and it's in overtime. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
It was. I saw there was a point. Houston had a 0.4% chance to win the game. What they said mathematically, 0.4%. Now they missed 2 free throws, hit a 3, get a steal, hit a 3, and then win in the next.
The
OT.
one thing I want to add to this game is when Mayo took the ball out of bounds at the end of regulation, and like obviously Houston's defense is like suffocating. They got a 5-second violation, had
that's
2
right.
timeouts left, which I was like, holy
Yeah.
fuck! How did
Crazy.
How did that happen? And then when they were down 3, they let Mayo take the ball out
I
again.
know, and turned it over.
And I was like, what are you
Unreal.
guys doing?
I was surprised the first time. I'm glad you brought up the 5-second. I forgot about that. That on the 5-second, he turned for the timeout. I was surprised that at home he didn't get that.
yeah.
I thought because at first
was
when he
6.
obviously he's a kid's better, I'm thinking like, oh, he got the timeout, and then I see he like waves for the
They
penalty. I'm
usually
like,
give
no,
that
I'm like,
no
no,
matter
no,
what.
no.
I know it was late. Obviously, it was
late.
5.
That
It was
that was a
like,
full
but
6 seconds.
I was gonna say he probably gave him 6.
Sometimes they do give.
Oh, man.
You're right. They do give that timeout.
I thought home crowd at like Kansas. I thought they were getting that call at home.
The last thing to do with time, and then Bosco just. The one thing that was so weird during the Chiefs game was the 2-minute violation, the 2-minute warning thing when it was 2:01 and then the delay.
Yes.
It went down to 0, and they're like, I got what they were saying, but that was a full second off. I don't know if anyone
They
else
do
thought
do that. I don't get why.
Yeah, it was.
it's not a
It
Chiefs
wasn't a
thing,
full,
but-
the thing was, it wasn't a full second. It was actually like 3/4 of a second. Because of that, it was considered to be part of the.
But I'm saying when I was watching it, I was like,
I know.
Maybe it was like 0.9.
I know, but that's just enough.
No, I'm not. But I was just like,
I don't agree with it, by the way.
right. I don't either. I got what they were saying. I was just like, this is
And
clearly
last-
closer to a second than
last
not a second.
thing, because I know we have to get out of here. I don't see any problem with what Voodoo or whatever his name was on the Commanders trying to stop that. If they're going to do that play, why can't you keep doing that?
I have no problem with it. I have a major issue with the idea of like we're going to give refs the ability to score touchdowns.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's asking for corruption.
Hoping they
That's
did
a bad precedent.
You know,
Gambling wise, who's that go to?
I think it would go to team. I think it would just be like a team.
Never in life give authority more control. That's just like a life lesson.
The thing I will say is they didn't. I don't think they abused it.
I don't think so either.
I do think there's I'd never heard the rule before.
I didn't either.
But I get it in the sense of like, what are they going to jump offsides literally 12 times in a
All
row?
right, then they do.
I think you eventually have to.
Why are they allowed to do that formation every time? That's like also like so crazy of them, like all together. You should be able to try and stop it.
I don't want the ref to give touchdowns.
But the thing is, they were allowing it because even I noticed like when they showed the nose guard helmet is literally touching the center's helmet. Like they're letting them allow in a way where like he's off. Like
But he also wasn't
he's in the neutral
like
zone.
he was
he's
trying to
offsides.
time it. He was trying to time. It wasn't like he was like just doing it to do it.
I don't blame him for trying. I do think there's a certain number like where you can't just sit there and do it all day long.
Picks as fast as you can. UT Rio Grande Valley -2.5.
I'm on the Chiefs money line. The Super Bowl. Chiefs. You can none of the Super Bowl picks for me.
Yeah, I'll have Super Bowl pick. I'm gonna bet the Chiefs, but tonight I'm betting we're betting Arizona. Arizona -2.5.
Penn State +8.5, over 159.5, and Duke -22.5.
All right, Yak's up next.
Nichols +2.